Good evening. It's me, Carrie Reading, coming to you again as a dullard speaking. I am actually at a loss for words with what's going on with our American economy. Um, if this is an American economy and what it should look like, um, geez, Trump should get out of the Oval Office and just start making movies because this would be more entertaining as a movie. It is not entertaining to see our president look like the monkey's uncle or the schooled fool every time he opens his mouth. The man is a walking and talking disaster. They should have got wind of that when he couldn't hold on to the Apprentice show because of his blowhard tactics. The man has never known how to make money. So, why people would believe him when he says tariffs will bring money to America, I have no idea. I have no idea. I need someone to explain that one to me. Um, all the people that were saying they voted for him because of his uh, policies. I still need someone to explain to me which policy has he made, because so far all he's done is made a bunch of executive orders that have put this country in a total tailspin and gutted most of the policies that were standing solid policies that just needed some guidance here or there. Uh, I agree there could have been some fat trimmed out of some of those policies, but the way you trim the fat out is first figure out where the fat is. You don't just go in and say, well, this is fat because I don't like it. But that's exactly what Trump has done. He and Elon Musk have cut so deeply into departments of justice, um, the federal agencies that were oversight agencies for the government have all been stripped. So our last stand is for you representatives, whether you call yourselves Republicans or Democrats, to get off your butts and do your jobs and tell this man he needs to cool his jets. But this is what happens when you put somebody his age in the Oval Office and give them power. They go buck wild because that's all they can do. You want to talk about DEI hires? Trump's whole administration is nothing but DEI hires. um, it's ridiculous. I thought he didn't want to hire DEI, but that's exactly what he has. And by his classification of what a DEI hire is, because half of the people he has in positions are grossly underqualified to be in those positions. And their incompetence in doing their jobs are showing greatly. They're great at kissing his butt, but hey, you're in key positions that are supposed to be a guidance and a protectant of American citizens. So far, nobody's safe. And people are starting to find out. You don't hear all the little small stories from the under income people that what we have to go through when we go to the airports in today's society. I felt guilty of a crime when I took my trip back up in February of this year. Um, sorry, lost my train of thought. I, I planned this trip, planned on how I was gonna go and see my mom and dad, and I'm in the state of South Carolina. They're in Arkansas, and the only thing that went right was I did get cheap tickets. Other than that, everything else, the hotel was looks like a skit out of Saturday Night Live, basically. um, and it wasn't very funny. I got pictures on my face where I look. I mean, I'm chubby. You can see it. I'm chubby, but boy, remember Will Smith's face and Hitch? That was my face after laying on top of the covers of the bed of the hotel room that I was in for only a few hours. I must have passed out trying to stay awake to watch for the roaches. um, I wake up and my face is all swollen. I did not stay. As a matter of fact, um, the trip, because again, being poor and not having the dollars to spend for better hotel or anything, um, I lost $5,000 or more. I think it was really close to just shy of $800 altogether that I lost on the whole trip. Um, of things that wouldn't be refunded because of this, that, or the other, and I just wanted out, so I just left. I told them I'm checking out, and I just took off. I didn't feel like fighting with them. I didn't feel like going into, oh, I'll sue you or none of that junk. I just wanted to be out of there. Um, I sprayed on my clothes and stuff with bug spray good, and washed it, washed them twice um, at my mom's place and stuff, um, just to make sure I wasn't transferring any bed bugs to her place, because this place was pretty sad, pretty sad. Pretty sad when you don't have to open the curtains because there are enough moth holes in them that you could just see outside. um, and being on the ground floor, someone could just walk up to my window and just, hey, have a feels day. Um, yeah, it was not the best experience. Was supposed to get a car with the trip. I get there. I go to the courtesy window to pick up the car, and I get told, "Oh no, that's our other budget office that's way across town, and it's 13 miles away from the airport." Great. So now I'm supposed to shell out another close to $100 to take a ride to go pick up the car that was supposed to be picked up at the airport. No, that all this stuff went wonky. Um, there wasn't an American support to be found within the company. Um, so be very careful when you're going through these, you know, companies claiming to find you cheaper flights and stuff like that. Yeah, they'll find you cheap. They'll find you cheap real fast. Um, it's a scary deal. And let's not even go through what I went through to get through the airport. You get there, if you have your ticket, you go to the ticket window, they go ahead and check you in and tell you, where to go on to the next junction. Um, you get your tickets, you go to the next line to get into the intersanctum of getting to your flight. Well, in order to get there, you got to stand in this long line. You get through the line, and that's because um, just about everybody in line was getting patted down and checked twice before you can get through walking through the metal detector thing. And they now have you even strip off your shoes and stuff to make sure you're not hiding anything in your socks and your shoes. Oh, great. Nice. So we get through all of that. You get to the area to go onto your flight. Of course, you're waiting again until the flight's ready and stuff if you got there on time and the time that they suggested you get there and everything. So, had a nice long little wait before the flight was actually going to leave. But you're too scared to go anywhere to get food, drink, or anything else for fear of you might all of a sudden hear the announcement that the flight's going to leave on time. So, you're just sitting there, you're a captive audience now. You get on the flight, you get to your destination, and like I said already, the hotel and the car and the whole 9 yards was all screwed up, and nothing was right with that. And that's pretty much how it seems with this administration that we have now. Um, they're still working on concepts of a plan, and now you understand why you could never get away with that in school about your homework, you know? You go in to tell your teacher, "Oh, well, I was thinking about doing it this way, but I haven't actually constructed it, but I'm working on a plan to have it done." No, you usually got the big fat F. And so I don't understand why Trump is feeling so put out that the American people think that he deserves an F for his lack of true effort before throwing out executive orders. And just as most of us already knew, this deporting only the criminals, huh, huh, they can't name one criminal that they've deported. Transparency, we haven't seen a list of the names of criminals that you've deported. We have not seen a list of these new criminals you're going after. You're just grabbing people off the streets in the middle of the night from their homes and saying that they're criminal or illegal. Yeah, so yeah, one of the reasons why I'm up talking this stuff is because that is just scary. Freedom of speech. This is about this is the limit of my freedom of speech is to get on here and just blah. I can think of several ways that all of this stuff could be handled differently, but I'm just one individual. And one that America really doesn't care to hear from anyway. Hell, you can't hardly stand to be in my space. And I say my space is because I don't walk into anyone else's space. So if you're in my face, you've walked into my space. Okay? Um, this is the life in America today. This is the mindset we grew up with. My space. Me, 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 me. It's pretty sad. But you know what? The only way I know to get through it is with my little dose of sarcastic humor that I have. With all this going on, I just picture it into a cartoon and throw it away. Because tomorrow's going to bring another old FIFO moment to us all. FIFO and good night.